So in this video, Jaguar and TJ are revealing some more secrets. Where does this thing end? When these people finally destroy each other, is that it? I guess they will do anything for content. So Jaguar made it clear that there's going to come a time when you're going to be impatient with your lover, your friend, your husband, whoever, and you may tell him to get out, but you don't mean it. That's pretty much what she was alluding to in this video when she was explaining that she and TJ are still together. She's committed to marrying her. TJ said she's not going anywhere. So they're still together, folks. But that was not a disagreement in my opinion. That was a vicious attack on TJ's character. Jaguar was calling her all kinds of names, including that she is dumb. There's no way I can go to bed with somebody who calls me dumb. And I mean, all kinds of names she was calling TJ to humble her to the point where she was trying to take away her pride and dignity. And TJ still have the nerve to lay up with this woman the day after this huge blow up where Jaguar told her several times, "Get gone. I don't want you no more. You're no longer a part of my life. You're stupid, you're dumb." I mean, the adjectives that came out of her mouth, it was a vicious attack. And TJ, in my opinion now that I know the essence of who she is, she has no pride and dignity. So I guess something happened on the way, not to the forum, but on the way to Dallas from New Mexico, that she lost her pride and dignity in the process of living with Jaguar. So they're going over certain things about Niesha, that she's got a fan club now. She is promised a car by her fans. So it sounds again as if they are really haters. So they went over the fact that Niesha did not deny that her son, S.A., her younger children. So the last video we heard where TJ was trying to get Niesha to agree to send the girls to visit her. And I was thinking if her goal was to relocate those girls and to have them live with her, currently her living situation is not conducive for all those people to live in that one little tiny room. So I'm thinking maybe she talked it over with Jaguar and they came to a conclusion and a decision that it's best for the girls to live with them and TJ keep her check. And it would go a long way for that family of four, that family that they want to make of four, because I believe it's two younger girls. Then you have TJ and you have Jaguar. But they would have to secure a larger place because from what I see, there's a bed that is pushed in the corner of the wall and you can't even see the scale of the room. It's so tiny. Now, we never see them travel to any other part of the house. So I'm thinking it's a one room and a bathroom and they're in a hotel. Because if there was a different section of the house, at least you would see the cameras going towards the different parts of the house from time to time. Because we know Jaguar likes for the public to see where she is and how she's living and the square footage and her furniture, etc. She likes to advertise her business, in other words. But we don't see any of that. All we see is Jaguar and TJ constantly laying in the bed as if they have no furniture to sit on but the bed. So even when they sit, it's on the bed. So that just leaves me believing there's no other furniture in that room but the bed. But getting back to the girls, if they're hoping to relocate those girls, they've got to secure a bigger place. So Jaguar is saying that Niesha said, "I never protected." She never said my son never did an essay on anyone, including his sisters.
I never protected, period. Happened to two children in your own.
So then Jaguar said, "You have two daughters that were assaulted by your son." And it did not happen at the same time. It happened at different times.
Happened before, moved in with Ty and her children.
And Jaguar said, The obvious question here is, where is Kevon Davenport? And I'm saying, you tell us. You're the one with all the information. TJ is feeding you all the tea. You should know where this man is. Let us know. If the girls are teenagers, he's got to be a man because the girls are younger than him. But she did say in a previous video that she's going to file charges. And this is what she was telling TJ to tell Niesha. She's filing charges and she's going to have an investigator on the case to locate him so he can be arrested. So apparently, TJ was living in Baltimore, Maryland at the time. And when she inquired, after I think it was 5 years that she found out, and she inquired what she could do about it, and the statute had run out, but she said the statute has now been reinstated so they can do something about it now. So I guess Jaguar is all the way in because this is just the new storyline. She's got a whole family. It's not only one or two people. She's got the girls. She's got this Kevon. She's got Niesha. She's got so many people, including TJ, to make content out of because all her storyline on her side has dried up. Her mama has relocated now to Florida. Sam is gone. So really, when you think about it, Jaguar does not have a current storyline. Now she's relying on TJ and TJ's family to provide that storyline for her to have her new content. So in my opinion, TJ is being used, but she doesn't see it as yet. What TJ recently saw is that Jaguar was planning on using her for content when she got down there. And she was very salty. Oh, she was so insulted. But she doesn't realize the script never changed. It did not change. The script that Jaguar had in place for her to be content never changed. The only thing is Jaguar added to the script. And now she included Niesha and all the children.
He's a grown adult man. I'm not talking about a child. This is a grown adult man who has a record, a juvenile, and most likely otherwise.
So then Jaguar continued to allege that this boy child who is accused of SA is a result of incest. Jaguar stated that Niesha and her cousin conceived this child. But we know the history with Jaguar. She's always accusing people of incest. She did it to Goomba and his family. But while she was talking along that line, she was steady asking TJ if she agreed, and TJ would say, yep, which tells me it was a lie. Until I hear it from Niesha's mouth, that's when I'm going to believe that she conceived her firstborn child with her cousin. But Niesha did say there's a second part to her story. When she was 12, her happy childhood changed. Because when she was little, a toddler, or 2 years old, she went to live with her grandmother, she said. And that she was very, very happy throughout the entire journey of living with her grandmother. But she said something changed at 12. So now I'm wondering if this is what she was alluding to when she said something changed and her life changed as a result. I am wondering if this is what it was, but I would have to hear it out of her own mouth to believe it. So now a woman who didn't want to talk about the kids is spilling all the dirt, all the tea. So Jaguar said, oh, you don't talk about him, you don't mention him. And she's talking about Kevon, this man, well, at the time he was a minor, but who allegedly assaulted SA, his sisters. So Jaguar is trying to track him down, and she's asking TJ, when was the last time Niesha even talked to this son of hers, and how long ago it was. And of course, TJ don't have a clue, because you guys know this is the new storyline, so she's going to milk it for all it's worth. But I'm saying to myself, Jaguar, you might be opening up a Pandora's box, because you don't know what this Kevon is all about. He might be a member of the Bloods or the Crips, or, that's not what you want, honey. You don't know this man's background. You're trying to find him. Good luck with that. So Jaguar have many questions. She wants to know when was the first time TJ even saw him. TJ said about 3-4 years ago, and when it happened to his sisters, Well, the first time she wasn't there. She wasn't even living with Niesha. When Niesha did decide to tell her, Niesha had already moved into her home in Baltimore, and she brought this boy with her children. So TJ is upset that she exposed her daughter because TJ have a daughter. I think she had adopted this girl. She said Niesha exposed her daughter to this boy and she didn't know anything about it. So Niesha was hiding this family secret and she didn't let TJ know. And TJ is upset because I think he might have done the same thing to TJ's daughter. But TJ did say it happened when they were kids. And she didn't find out until 5 years later. I guess after Niesha moved in, she found out 5 years after the fact. So Jaguar keeps pressing and pressing TJ to disclose this timeline, when it happened, how it happened, who it happened to, all of this. And I guess she is not opening up as much as Jaguar would like. So Jaguar said, you know what? People really want to know. I said, no, we don't. You want to know because it contributes to your storyline. You need to talk about something because you and TJ locked up in that little matchbox of a room. Y'all don't have nothing else to talk about but just look at other people's life and comment on it. And TJ is kind of tired of that. She started sitting there looking at all that, what's going on in other people's life and comment on it. And Jaguar is busy fussing and fighting with little content creators. So TJ reiterated again that she and Niesha are not married because Niesha, she said, is going around with that narrative that they're married. Or at least Jaguar said Niesha is going around with that narrative. And TJ said, no, like I said before, we are not married. We are not legally married. We just lived together for 11 years. And we raised these children. And Jaguar went into, Niesha was taking advantage of TJ all these years, taking all her money, being a kept woman, not working, just staying home. And TJ wanted to leave a long time ago, but she only stayed because of the kids. Because according to Jaguar, TJ stayed because she wanted to protect the children because Niesha was extremely abusive to the younger son. And so TJ felt a loyalty to the younger son to stay there in order to protect him. And she even taught him self-defense in case whenever she leaves that he can protect himself against Niesha. This is coming from Jaguar. And it sounds like another tall tale because TJ did not voluntarily say it, but Jaguar would constantly say, isn't that right, beautiful? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? And of course, TJ would say, yep. But you guys know when it comes to Jaguar, believe half of what you see and half of what you hear because she makes stuff up to get a storyline going. We now know this. So we cannot believe everything that's coming out of her mouth. TJ really don't want to talk about the children, but she's being forced into talking about it because she doesn't have a backbone to stand up against Jaguar. If I had children and I'm in a relationship and that man wants me to talk about my children and I said they're off limits, trust and believe they're off limits. Nobody can make me talk about something that I don't want to talk about. But clearly, TJ is without a backbone. So she said today is the last day that she's going to talk about Kevon. And Jaguar quickly interjected and she said, we are going to talk about Kevon Davenport when he is found. So once again, Jaguar is dictating to TJ what it's going to be concerning her own family. She's allowing Jaguar to dictate to her when she's going to be talking about Kevon again. I said, okay, Jaguar, you're making some pimp moves. She is like if she wants to control TJ's mind completely. That's what it seems like to me. That's why I call it a pimp move, because only pimps want to control their women to that degree. So Jaguar says when he's found, she's bringing the authorities in because it's about time it's addressed and it needs to be handled. And I said, well, who made you law and order? Who made you judge? Who made you jury? But I guess somebody must have made her the investigator because she's busy questioning TJ, who don't have no better sense than to just lay there stupidly answering questions.
The mother of two young women who were assaulted on your watch by your firstborn child.
So Jaguar said, how are you not concerned about bringing justice for your two younger children when your firstborn child, who was conceived by incest, SA, your two younger girls? So guys, drop it in the comment section. Do you think Jaguar is reaching into an area that she should not be in? Or do you all think that she should be a part of this discussion and solution to the problem of trying to get justice for these two younger girls, even though their own mother, Niesha, did not get the justice, allegedly, because we still don't know the fine details of what happened. What happened to Kevon? Was he placed in a facility? Was he placed in a juvenile detention center? Did he get therapy? What happened to him? Where he is? We don't know. So the details have yet to be heard concerning this matter. What I do know, however, is that you cannot keep dragging someone when you don't know all the facts. Jaguar does not know all the facts because TJ have not relayed all the facts to her, because TJ knows that it's going to be all over the internet, and she's very reluctant into confiding in Jaguar at this point. But like I said before, Jaguar is busy dragging Niesha as well as Yvonne, but she doesn't know the facts, or at least all the facts, because until you get a full picture, that's when you can do your dragging. So Jaguar started to talk about Kevon having some type of fetish for young girls, and if he had gotten the help that he needed at the time, maybe he would not have bothered the second girl in the house. And because the help was so delayed, how many other children did he bother? Which is true. You want to get that person who have an SA problem, you want to get them help as soon as possible. You don't want to delay because you're putting all the children at risk. So then TJ jumped in to put her 2 cents in, and she said she didn't know anything about it because this is the second time it happened. Because the first time she wasn't living with Niesha at the time. The second time it happened, she was living with Niesha. However, she was working 2 and 3 jobs. And she said Niesha kept it from her. And her daughter didn't want to tell her. She said because she didn't want to cause a rift in the house and the arguments. She's also mad at Niesha for not letting her know early on before she even moved into her home with her kids, because she said she had children to protect also. And here comes Niesha with her children, and she didn't know the boy was doing this to his sisters. And so that left her kids unprotected. And because she didn't know, she couldn't protect them. So Jaguar revealed that one of the girls is Ty's adopted daughter. And now I understand why TJ left Niesha. Now I don't know how long ago this happened, but when she left and never returned, that set the stage for what is currently going on, because apparently TJ got all this built up animosity against Niesha because Niesha moved into her home in Baltimore and did not let her know that her son was doing all this stuff to his sisters, and then I guess they move out there to New Mexico. But I'm wondering why all this anger after all this time, because she has been with Niesha for 11 years, and you want to tell me now she's going to get angry about what went on? That's a really delayed reaction, I would think. So now Jaguar has pretty much spilt everything as far as she knows. But now I understand why TJ's requesting that the kids come out to see her, because one of those girls she adopted. I understand why she's making the request, But like I said before, she can hop on a Greyhound bus or a train or whatever mode of transportation that goes out there to New Mexico, and she can go visit those girls and then go back to Jaguar when she's done. Stay in a hotel and have the kids come in a hotel and visit you, or you go visit them wherever Niesha is. What's wrong with that? But why do they have to go to where she is in Dallas? Niesha don't want these kids to get to know Jaguar in any way, shape, or form. So I think Ty is very disrespectful. When I say Ty, I mean TJ. This thing is so fresh. She's got to give it some time. Give it some time for Niesha to get over her feelings and grow into this relationship, this new relationship that TJ has developed with Jaguar. And who knows if it's going to last. Because Jaguar is very wishy-washy. And of course, obviously, TJ is as well. So guys, we don't know what's going to happen between these two. Only time will tell. But for now, you can drop your comments. Let's discuss this further. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up bell, the like bell, as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not done so as yet. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.